Hello, wonderful people, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you joining me today. Before we embark on a journey to one of the most mysterious places on our planet, I want to take a moment to send my sincerest well wishes your way. I truly hope you are feeling healthy, happy, and surrounded by positivity. Let's dive into something incredible together. Imagine you are floating on the surface of the ocean on a bright, sunny day. The water below you is a beautiful, shimmering blue, and you can see sunlight piercing through the waves, illuminating the world just beneath the surface. It feels familiar and full of life. Now, picture yourself descending. The light from the sun begins to fade, the blue color deepens, and the water around you gets colder. You go deeper and deeper, past the point where any sunlight can penetrate. You have now entered a world of perpetual midnight, a realm where the sun has never shone, not even for a single second since the beginning of time. This is the deep sea, and in these vast, crushing blackness, some of the most incredible and alien life on Earth makes its home. We are talking about places so deep that sunlight is a myth, and the creatures there have evolved in ways that seem like they are from another planet. This journey into darkness begins with understanding light itself. Sunlight is a form of energy that travels in waves, and water is very good at absorbing it. The different colors that make up sunlight, the colors of the rainbow, are absorbed at different depths. The warm colors like red and orange are the first to vanish, absorbed within the first few meters. As you go down to about 200 meters, the last remnants of blue and violet light fade away. This boundary is known as the sunlit zone's end. Beyond this point, you enter the twilight zone, where only a faint, ghostly blue haze remains, barely enough to see by. But continue down past 1,000 meters, and you cross a final threshold. Here, every last photon of sunlight has been absorbed by the immense volume of water above. You have reached what is called the aphotic zone, a place of absolute, utter blackness. The pressure here is crushing, hundreds of times greater than at the surface, and the temperature hovers just above freezing. This is the largest habitat on Earth, and it is in a state of eternal night. For most of human history, we had no idea what existed in this profound darkness. We imagined it was a barren, lifeless desert. How could anything survive without the sun, which provides the energy for almost all life on the surface? The breakthrough in understanding came when we realized that life finds a way, and it doesn't always need sunlight to do it. The foundation of nearly every ecosystem on Earth is photosynthesis, the process where plants and algae use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, into energy. But down here, that is impossible. The base of the food web in the deep sea is built on a different, much darker process. It begins not with light, but with a continuous gentle rain of organic debris from the world above. Dead plankton, waste from larger animals, and other biological material slowly sinks from the sunlit surface waters down into the abyss. This is called marine snow, and it provides a crucial, though meager, source of food for filter feeders and scavengers on the deep sea floor. But marine snow is not enough to support the rich and bizarre communities we have since discovered. The real game changer was the discovery of hydrothermal vents. These are like geysers on the ocean floor, found along underwater mountain ranges where the Earth's tectonic plates are pulling apart. Seawater seeps down into cracks in the seafloor, gets superheated by magma from the Earth's mantle, and becomes charged with dissolved minerals like hydrogen sulfide. This super-hot, chemical-rich water then jets back out of the seafloor through tall chimney-like structures called black smokers. This water can be over 400 degrees Celsius, but it doesn't boil because of the immense pressure. For the creatures of the deep, this is not a scalding death. It is the source of life itself. Specialized bacteria perform a miracle called chemosynthesis. Instead of using sunlight for energy, they use the chemicals from the vent fluid, particularly hydrogen sulfide, in a process similar to how plants use sunlight. These bacteria become the grass of the deep sea, the primary producers that form the base of an entire food web that thrives in complete isolation from the sun. The life that congregates around these vents is nothing short of astonishing. Giant tube worms, some over 2 meters tall, anchor themselves to the rock. They have no mouth, no gut, and no anus. Instead, they They have a special organ filled with these chemosynthetic bacteria. The worms provide a safe home for the bacteria, and the bacteria produce food for the worms. It's a perfect partnership. Large, white clams and mussels also host these bacteria in their gills, filtering the chemical-rich water. Yeti crabs, looking like something from a fantasy novel with their hairy arms covered in bacteria, farm their own food on their claws. And everywhere, strange blind shrimp swarm around the vents, harvesting bacteria from the water. This entire ecosystem exists in a tiny oasis of warmth and nourishment in the vast, cold, and food-scarce desert of the deep seafloor. But away from the vents in the open water of the Midnight Zone, life had to evolve even more creative solutions. With no light to see by, the primary sense here is not sight, but sound and touch. And in this world, where you cannot see your prey or your predator, you have two main options: become a stealthy hunter or create your own light. This is where bioluminescence comes in, one of nature's most magical adaptations. Countless creatures in the deep sea can produce their own light through complex chemical reactions inside special organs called photophores. They use this light for everything. An anglerfish dangles a glowing lure right in front of its enormous mouth to attract curious prey. A jellyfish might light up like a flashing alarm to scare away a predator. Some squid eject a cloud of glowing ink to create a distracting decoy. Many animals use subtle patterns of light on their undersides to camouflage themselves from predators looking up from below, a tactic called counterillumination. It's a silent, living fireworks display, a language of light used for hunting, mating, and survival in the endless dark. The adaptations get even stranger. Many deep-sea fish have enormous eyes, capable of detecting the faintest glimmer of bioluminescence from far away. Others are completely blind, having lost their eyes entirely over millions of years of evolution, and instead rely on incredibly sensitive lateral lines to feel vibrations in the water. Their bodies are often soft and flabby, with weak bones, an adaptation to conserve energy in an environment where meals are few and far between. To survive these long famines, many are ambush predators with massive, stretchable stomachs that allow them to eat prey much larger than themselves, a necessary skill when you might not eat again for weeks or months. The pressure, which would crush a human instantly, is no problem for them because their bodies are filled with water and gels that are incompressible, equalizing the pressure inside and out. Exploring this world is one of the greatest challenges humanity has ever undertaken. We have sent remotely operated vehicles and hardy submersibles like the Alvin down to these depths, their lights cutting through the blackness for the first time to reveal landscapes and creatures we never knew existed. Every dive brings the potential for a new discovery, a new species that challenges our understanding of biology. This vast, dark world plays a crucial role in the health of our entire planet. It is a major carbon sink, with the marine snow and the bodies of dead animals carrying carbon from the atmosphere down to the seafloor, where it can be trapped for centuries. The deep ocean currents that flow through these regions help regulate the Earth's climate by distributing heat and nutrients around the globe. So, the next time you look out at the ocean, remember that below the blue surface lies a frontier more alien than the surface of Mars. It is a world of crushing pressure, freezing cold, and absolute darkness, yet it teems with life that is resilient, bizarre, and beautiful. It reminds us that life is incredibly tenacious and adaptable, capable of flourishing in the most extreme conditions imaginable. These pitch-black depths hold secrets about the origins of life, the history of our planet, and the possibilities for life elsewhere in the universe. It is a constant source of wonder, a reminder that we still have so much to learn about our own amazing home.